All right. We are live. We are back. Yes. So, Series 3 is underway. The cool thing is, if you've missed any of these episodes and you don't know what the heck's going on, go to all of our social medias. I think it's even on our Twitter page, but go to our Facebook page, go to our YouTube, all that kind of good stuff. We have a link to the history. So our YouTube will be current, so you can catch up on Series 1 and Series 2, so you kind of know what the system's going on, and you can kind of check out what's happening. So that's really my only announcement for these guys, because I want to get into the game. So I'm going to give this right over to these guys, and it is all you, sir.
All right. Hello and welcome to Strange Generations, a nightmarish journey through the shadows of America, one generation at a time. This is episode 1 of our third arc, which is kind of, I guess, the first of going to be a series of 3 episodes connected to another 3 episodes. We're going to check in on the same characters, and these first 3, they're going to be little. And the second 3, we'll see what they're like when they're all growed up. But that's not to come for a little bit. Right now, we're focusing on how they are when they're young. So first, let's go ahead and meet the players, meet the characters, and I'll give kind of a little introduction to the world, our 1950s big city setting, and then we'll start talking about how these characters get to know each other. One of the many things that Kids on Bikes, the system we're using, does so well. But let's just start going around with a real quick introduction of who you are and who your character is. I think we'll start with Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I am playing Rosie Walsh, a 12-year-old from the wrong side of the tracks. She doesn't like to talk that much at school, and when she does, it tends to get kind of aggressive. She's been diagnosed with behavioral problems several times and was nearly held back in school. Her only real advocate at school is the music teacher, which people find to be odd because nobody's ever seen her take a music lesson at school. Outside of school, she tends to hang out in Knockabout Alley, doing various juvenile delinquent activities, preparing for a life of disappointment and crime. She doesn't really have much of any hopes, but she doesn't have any way of articulating it. So she's just kind of one of those kids living on the dark side of the 50s, you know, like it's stuff that gets romanticized in things like Rebel Without a Cause, but really most of those kids came from poverty and weren't living good lives, and rebelled because everything around you in the Eisenhower era was supposed to be so perfect and wonderful. And, you know, if you're not one of those kids living Leave It to Beaver, you start getting really mad about it. And, you know, I think that's really where she is. And she has secret talents that I think I just hinted at, but, you know, we'll be getting more into later.
Well, that's a really great, really well done character sketch. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, after that, very happy to be joined by Nick.
Hello, everyone. Today I will be playing Sean Hackett. It's a 12-year-old gangly little ginger kid who doesn't really socialize very much. He's just he's the loner of the school is usually, but he doesn't really hang out with anyone all that much. But the one person that he does hang out with is the good Reverend Kelly, because Sean met him because his parents are Catholic and always took him to church, but he never really had much interest in it until the Reverend came in, and then Sean heard about all of his experiences and started listening to the Reverend's stories and got really interested in what he does and sort of his philosophies.
And Reverend Kelly is actually the nephew of your character from the previous arc.
Yep, that is correct.
very cool to have those connections there. Also joining us, very, very glad he's with us for this arc. It is Dallas.
Hey everybody, I'm Dallas, and I'm happy to be able to play Oswald Wheeler. Oswald is a sort of a thin-framed little guy with wavy hair and glasses and a pretty much protruding nose. Always walking around referencing time and probability. You'd think he's not as, I would say, physically adept as you might think, but he likes to really calculate the moments and actually sort of use them to his advantages. Just making sure that, you know, the store clerk is turned around for the exact amount of seconds that he can get one free gumball, you know, things like that. Oswald really enjoys probability, but also fears the probability of walking home after school, because that's when the adults are still at work and not too many of the people are watching out for kids like him.
Whoa, sounds like you and Nick's character are similarly in the Poindexter Club, you might say. All right, well, I can see if we're gonna get anybody thrown into lockers, wedgies delivered, that kind of thing. Let's also welcome our other player. Delighted to have him here. It is the wonderful Marvin.
So hey, I'm Marvin, and for this game, I'm going to be playing Jordan Mays, a proud member of the Junior Lions Brigade Boy Scouts. I am going to sound so out of place with this group dynamic. But yeah, Jordan is, you know, a Boy Scout. It's not exactly his choice, though. His parents always wanted him to have some kind of survival skills, just in case they've had to get out of the country or their neighborhood kind of fast, in case the clan moves in and it's like, you know, shit goes down. But Jordan actually enjoys the whole thing. Enjoys being out in nature, he's just learning what he can do to survive and just being away from people. And also kind of gives him a closer connection to his great uncle Isaac, which his family doesn't talk about too much.
Whoa.
Especially Grandma. It's like every time you mention Granduncle Isaac, it's like, nope, don't talk about him. He's brought enough harm to this family.
Whoa. Another great connection to a character from our previous arc. And I should say that, you know, former Boy Scout myself, a nerdy Boy Scout is not at all odd. not in the least, judging from my experience there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before we get going with the intro, I just want to do a real quick kind of content warning. Is that this arc's going to reference things involving like the MK Ultra program. And it will sort of obliquely reference like human experiments, including like the Tuskegee experiments, which are all like pretty, you know, grim, horrific things. So I just want to put that out there. Feel free to, you know, throw the X card or let me know if anything's getting a little making anyone uncomfortable, or we need to shift gears a little bit. Just want to, you know, make sure we're all clear on that point there. Okay, so here's a quick intro, and then we'll talk about how these characters know each other, something we haven't done since the very first time we played Kids on Bikes. But yeah, very good. Something we should do for these new characters. All right. There's something heartless about November in a big city, such as New Hookton, Pennsylvania. Snow has just started to descend, forming a muddy, slick crust around the edges of crumbling sidewalks and frosted tenement windows. Dead leaves gather everywhere, forming brown piles below skeletal trees in the park, and join old newspapers and candy wrappers in the gutters and alleys. The colorful Christmas decorations just beginning to emerge in the big downtown department stores. Our makeup on a cold, dead corpse. In the Bend, New Hookton's poorest neighborhood, it's shaping up to be a bitter November indeed. These are boom times for America, the post-war boom, where there's a white picket fence around every lawn, but it hasn't reached the Bend. Here, people dread the end of the month and fear the headlines. They watch the skies for Soviet A-bombs and spacemen. Today, you'll see one of them. Okay, so with that little bit of foreshadowing, let's talk about how the characters know each other. This is a really great thing that Kids on Bikes does, where all the characters live in I guess if you wanted to, like, you could do the game in a small town, which is sort of how it recommends doing it. But I'm doing it in like a neighborhood in a big town. But the thing about those neighborhoods is that even though it's surrounded by a big city, everybody knows everybody. And we're going to say your characters most likely either know each other or know of each other. So we're going to go, so you're going to need a D20. When I call on you and mention the other players, let me know if you have a relationship. Let me get to the right page here. Come on. Here we go. Oh, sorry, guys. Why is it not bookmarked? Perfect. This is the problem with I have too many bookmarks. Here we go. A relationship that is positive, you know them and like them. A negative relationship, you know them and dislike them. Or a neutral relationship for someone you don't know, but you've heard of them. You know their reputation. So let's start with Nick. And Nick, we'll start with you and Rosie. So, Sean Hackett and Rosie, do they know each other? And is it positive or negative? What do you think?
You better say positive, you jerk.
Oh man, there was a knuckle sandwich going to be served.
I mean, I might have to throw him in his locker again, like the baby.
Oh no! All right, well, let's see. We'll see.
So
I mean, it does sound kind of negative.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would say Sean tries to stay away from Rosie, but definitely there's not a something about Sean rubs Rosie the wrong way, and she definitely makes it known. So I would say it's negative.
Okay, let's find out what the details are. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Sure.
God, this character's so the opposite of Desi.
1.
Oh man. Okay. What did this character do in the past that you still resent them for?
Oh jeez.
I mean, it could be something like you were friends at some point, and then you did something that changed your mind. So something she did that you still resent her for.
Yeah. I also have to remember that he's 12, so
Hey, 12-year-olds, I mean,
that's true. Yeah.
their emotions very intense.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I can think of several things she might have done, but
I mean, like the first thing that popped in my head was like you stole and destroyed a toy that I had when I was like in kindergarten or something.
yeah, she 100% would have done that.
What do you think the toy was? Cap gun, Lone Ranger mask? I mean, all those things. That happened to me. It's on site.
I would say it was jeez, my brain is not working well right now. It was like It was one of those like wooden cars that like you would get as a kid, like you just sort of
Pine box, Pinewood Derby, Pine Derby. This
not
speaking of Boy
exactly
Scouts, I guess.
because yeah, it's just sort of like maybe not like like one of those like stereotypical like kids cars that you would see. And I guess and it was something that like he got from his parents and like he really enjoyed like playing with and like was his favorite toy, and like Rosie just sort of like grabs it and just smashes it to pieces.
Oh, that's rough.
Whatever, it was like forever ago and he needs to get over it. It was dumb anyway. His parents probably don't love him as much as he thinks.
Whoa. All right. Well, so that takes care of your relationship with Rosie. How about Sean and Oswald?
Um,
What do we think? Positive, negative, or you've heard of him?
let's see. I would say let's go with a positive one with Oswald. They seem like
Okay.
sort of kindred spirits in a way.
I can see that.
So
I can see you guys, trading comic books or in the
something.
chess club together.
Oh,
All right, go ahead and roll a d20.
Was 16.
Okay. Ooh. What would losing this character mean to you? Thanks, Kat. You sent a good message over there. Yeah. What would losing this
Well-
character mean to you?
Like I would say that like it takes a lot for Sean to really get to know someone or even like talk to them. He doesn't. He has a fear of crowds, and just sort of talking with people is so hard for him to do that the fact that he has this friend in Oswald, like that makes it like he's one of like maybe 2 or 3 people that he talks to outside of his family. And so I think if he ever lost it, it would sort of mean that like he would have to try again, and that just freaks him out to no end.
So like big walls for Sean, sort of.
Yeah, socially, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Makes sense. All right. And then how about Sean and Jordan? Sean and Jordan. Positive, negative, or you don't know him?
Quick question. What's the general age bracket of everyone? Because Jordan's 9.
10.
No, Sean's 12, but
Yep.
Bucks is 10.
Well,
10 and 12. Okay.
All right, you'd all be in the same mixed age cohort if you were
yeah, I figured we were all going to be junior
in
high
certain
age.
schools, I guess. But
Yeah.
you still know each other. The neighborhood kids run together. If you think so, though.
I would say with Jordan, he doesn't really interact with Jordan all that much, but the few times that he has like actually talked to at one point, it's been semi-positive. So
Okay. So you think it would be in the character you don't know, or should it be positive? Because the positives do require you to like.
actually none of them. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
deep. They're pretty deep things here.
Sure. Then we'll
Kind of more of an acquaintance, I would say.
Yeah, we'll do neutral. Sort of don't really know him about.
Okay.
Well.
Because I could probably just go to Sean, hey Sean, and then just walk off. It's like, know the guy, but don't really know him.
All right, go ahead and roll a d20.
17, which is an interesting one.
What do you hope to learn about this character to manipulate them? Hey, you can manipulate him for good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, what do you want to learn about him?
I mean, let's see. I mean, I know he's like he's a scout and like always enjoys the great outdoors, and like I think more recently he's with hearing all the stories and that from the Reverend and about these different monsters and stuff like that, and some of the adventures that the Reverend's uncle had. I think having someone who knows survival techniques and stuff like that would be a good thing for him to survive.
Ooh, I like it. Hearing a cat meowing around there, it's all good.
Yeah, it's my cat. She's a noisy one.
All right, well, that's excellent. We got all the relationships for Sean. Let's move on to Rosie.
Yeah, okay,
Name of
what do
my
you want?
dog too. Let's hope I don't get too confused. But I think I'll
Oh,
fit
I
it
didn't
in.
know Rosie was the name of your dog.
No, I
Sorry.
like it. It's a great name.
Good, and I did my hair and puppy ears too. So
All right, so Rosie, let's start with
Yeah.
you and
Great.
Sean.
sure, we're
Which-
best friends.
Yeah, I mean, it can be positive on your side, negative on theirs. Think it's positive?
Yeah. Why did he say something bad about me?
All right, go ahead and roll a d20.
We've been best friends ever since, like, he was nice enough to share his toy with me when we were in kindergarten.
All right, go ahead and roll.
What's the D20?
Yeah. Let's see what what did it land on?
5.
5. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting.
The
What's-
age that we were when we became best friends.
Yeah. And you've been fast buddies ever since.
You know, I mean, I tell him what to do and then he does it. It's pretty great. And when he messes up, I have to teach him lessons because otherwise you don't learn, you know. Like one time he was kind of being a jerk, so I had to pants him in front of everybody, you know. But one time he got kind of mouthy, so I threw him in a trash can. You know, that kind of stuff. That's normal. That's
Hey,
what friends
we've all
do.
had friends like that. All right. What strange record does this character hold in the town?
What strange record does Sean
Does
hold?
Sean, yeah, does he hold in the town? There's something Sean Hackett did that is like still talked about today in the neighborhood.
I mean, does this allow me to give him traits that he might not have normally had?
I think so. We'll see if Nick really doesn't like it, we can workshop it. But what do you think the record is?
I think that the record that he got was from a milkshake drinking contest that they had down at the soda fountain. Is that okay with you, Nick?
It goes a little off kilter with his fear of crowds, so I don't know if he would actually want to be in this contest where people would be paying attention.
Do we want to roll a different one considering his fear of crowds? Anything that sets a record is going to require multiple people.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, yeah,
Okay,
go
I'm
ahead
just
and roll
gonna-
again.
Unless
I'm just
he's
gonna roll
like
again.
this,
Because
unless
there's not a single record that isn't going to involve people.
unless it's not actually like a physical record, it's sort of like a rumor that he's like this, that like is actually negative, but I don't know.
He's going to roll again.
One to like why is America so great essay contest or something?
Yeah, do you want to have won an essay contest? Are you a secret poet? I'm just gonna roll again, Michael.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, go ahead
Might
and
be
roll again.
better. Yeah.
I can't like really come up with a contest for somebody that doesn't want to be seen or noticed in it. and see if they
No,
like it.
yeah.
Sure.
That,
No
Wow.
budding. What's that hot dog eating guy's name?
oh, jeez.
All right. So what's the other roll?
12.
12. Okay. This is a good one. Why do you have a bond with this character that can never be broken?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the bond with him is based around the fact that he'd be entirely lost without my guidance.
Okay.
Yeah, other kids would be beating him up and treating him mean if I wasn't around. I really look out for him. And I help make him tougher, too. Because the world isn't always going to be nice. That's what my mom always says to me. She says, you know what, Rosie, the world isn't always going to be nice for you. And if I don't help you learn that, then other people are going to take advantage of you. And I don't think anybody ever told Sean that.
I like it. All right. That covers you and Sean. How about Rosie and Oswald?
Isn't he that, little baby that wears all that Boy Scout crap?
That's Jordan.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
This is the kid who's always thinking about something.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Ooh, okay, negative.
Yeah, he's stuck
Go
up.
ahead and roll a d20.
Okay. 16.
How far would you go to make this character suffer? This is a mean question.
That
But
is
what do you
mean.
think? I mean, if he's a pencil neck.
Are we talking about, beyond the time that I blew up his locker?
Ooh. I mean, that definitely causes suffering.
That wasn't funny. My parents had to replace those books.
Man, you can't prove it was me.
Yeah.
I don't know, put that big brain in forensics, rather than, just accusing people of things. I'm sure your parents can buy you plenty of other stuff. Right? You come from a loving home, don't you?
Ooh.
You have a dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good information to have. Does that give you an idea,
man.
Michael?
What's that?
That give you an idea of how far she'd go to make him suffer?
Yeah, I don't know if I like dog murder.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw the line there.
You're gonna draw your ex carding it?
Yeah, let's not kill a dog.
Don't hurt
Okay.
Penny, please.
Okay.
There's that website, Does the Dog Die? I don't want our show to be on that and says, yes, the dog dies. Let's not do that.
No problem. All right, so she's not quite that level of horrible.
Yeah, that seems like that's some pretty sadistic stuff there.
I knew kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Kids can be really
Kat
sadistic.
did not grow up in a great neighborhood. Sometimes.
Mm.
There were definitely kids that did things like that. Not to me, but they did it. All right, yeah, so she won't be that bad. But she definitely blew up his locker.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's still pretty rough. So I think that covers Rosie and Oswald. How about Rosie and Jordan, who is the Boy Scout kid?
Right, he's 9, right?
Yeah.
I don't hang out with 9-year-olds.
Hey, that's cool. I don't really hang out with 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Besides, you seem kind of mean for some reason.
Maybe I have a reason, and maybe you shouldn't be so freaking judgy.
Ooh, okay, go ahead and roll a d20 on the character you don't know list.
Okay.
There's some mean ones on here too.
Mm.
Well, she's a terrible person, but we've rolled back on how terrible she is.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2.
2. Ooh, why do some members of the town seek out this character? I don't know how many people are seeking out a 9-year-old, but there are something.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to do when somebody's 9.
Uh-huh.
I'd imagine probably because he wanders out in the woods like a jagweed. And then people got to go find him, right? That's seeking
Yeah,
out somebody,
that makes
right?
sense.
I don't
Yes.
see why. I know the place better than they do.
So that Jordan's always getting lost in the woods.
Hey, Michael. Also, I was wondering, because this is kind of a city setting, is she supposed to be living in an apartment, or can she be living in a trailer?
I would say apartment makes more sense.
Okay.
You're all in this neighborhood called The Bend.
We're in the worst apartment complex, whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, I mean, there's this is the poorest neighborhood in the city.
Cool.
And so yeah, they'd be pretty bad.
Yeah. Rosie and her mom, Wendy, live in a bad apartment.
Mm.
And they're
Yeah.
the bad neighbors in the bad apartment.
Yeah, it's like the The heat's never on when you want it to be. Plumbing's bad. There's rats. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
But I think that covers all of Rosie's relationships.
Mhm.
So let's move on to
Yeah,
Oswald.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, Oswald thinks he's like something special because he got to skip a grade, and he's nothing special. Like, he's not cool because of it.
I didn't ask to take the test. They put that test in front of me.
Whatever.
Ooh, I can already see the sparks flying. All right, Oswald, how about you and Sean? You think it's positive? He definitely thinks it's positive. Positive, negative, or... I mean, I guess you do know him, so I don't know if that...
Yeah, no, I would say it's positive.
Okay.
I would say that Sean has definitely probably been noticed, I would say, being on his own, if I'm correct. Maybe not intentionally, he just, does his thing, right? But Oswald will pick up on patterns easily and notice that he's by the same water fountain or the same locker like every day at the same time and goes down the hallway to the left, avoiding everybody else always. So, he would probably catch him at one of those moments, be like, hey.
Yeah, you definitely noticed that I spend a lot of time at the church.
Gotcha. Okay. Ooh,
All right.
Can't calculate probability. Oh, I'd ask you so many questions all the time. How do you know?
He's got some interesting answers from his reading. Yeah. Sure. Go ahead and roll a d20 and see what the positive question is.
13.
Ooh, this is a good one. What about this character always makes you happy?
He provides the answer that does not give me a finite answer every time. So therefore, I have to reword and rethink, and actually I enjoy it. I'm just like, whoa, hold on. How does that work? No way. If it's not this day and not that day, how is it always, that or whatever? But wait a minute, if it says this, what does it mean by that? So it's always like a finite. So I'm just like fascinated always. So we'll go with that Jordan has answers that I always think I'm getting what I need, but it's like another question after a question.
Ooh, awesome. All right. And then on the other hand, on a different note, how about Oswald and Rosie?
Oswald and Rosie, it's probably not going so well.
Yeah.
I can't say
it's going great.
What was that?
I said, I think it's going great.
Okay.
Sounds like a roll in the negative.
Yeah, it's probably going to be. He's probably just always wondering like when the shoe's going to drop, maybe. So that's his calculating moment. 4. Ooh,
this is a good one. What are you sure this character is hiding from you? And we do know Rosie has secrets.
Plans about my death.
Whoa.
I'm sure that she is working slowly towards this. First it's the locker, next it's going to be like the bike, then it's going to be, something else. If not that, it's framing me to make it look like it's me.
Persecution complex. That might not be a complex.
I can't prove it.
I like the idea
All
of
right.
being clever enough to frame somebody.
And then
this kid so much.
And then how about you and Jordan, the Boy Scout?
I would have to say if Jordan goes around sort of sounds like he'd run into the same circles, but I'm not 100% sure.
Well, you're the closest in age, so we probably do know each other.
By grade level, yeah. Or if that even works that way.
Oh yeah, I hope you don't mind that I skipped your character forward in grade, Dallas. I just.
Oh no, that's I thought that was great.
Okay.
I thought that was great. No, I mean, I will try to run with some ideas on the fly. That was a good one. I liked it. So thank you. I think Jordan will probably end up being positive unless he's more of a loner than I thought, but I don't think so, right?
Not really, no. I kind of like talking to people. It's just, I like being outdoors more.
All right. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Go with positive? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry, guys. Internet dropped out for a second, but I am back.
All right.
Yeah, no harm done.
Glad to
It
see you back.
froze up for a second.
Didn't
I was
even
like,
notice you were
internet,
gone.
It's all good now.
What was the last thing?
I remember you saying that you and Jordan were talking about how you might be in the same class, and that's how you could know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, from there at least. Yeah.
Okay, so do we think it's positive?
Yeah,
I think we
so.
decided that. Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll on the positive list.
For the sake of clarity, can we say that you were in the same class, but then you got jumped forward a grade?
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. You're
That
not
makes
currently
sense,
in the
yeah.
same.
Okay.
You were in 5th grade together, and now you're in. And now Oswald's in 6th grade.
All right, so that's a 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is one we had on our last arc. What role did this character play in the best day of your life?
I would say that Jordan came by as we were all playing jacks in the yard, and for whatever reason it was, Jordan stood in like the area that like blocked the sun for me but blinded the kid I was against, and on the last round I got all 10 jacks, no problem whatsoever, and I won that game, and it was a big deal. It was against like the reigning school champ.
And Jordan didn't even
man.
say a thing. He just knew where to stand.
Yep.
And at the end of the game, he just kind of gave Oswald a wink and just walked away.
He got his Sunshine Control Merit Badge or his Sundial Merit Badge or something. So he knew how to manipulate sun rays.
Yes. It was also for a merit badge. I mean, don't help out anyone unless you get something out of it, kind of.
Maybe he used his pocket watch. I don't know. Maybe he reflected something.
Not altogether altruistic, but help out a friend when you can.
All right, very cool. So let's move on to Jordan. And what is Jordan and Sean's relationship?
Jordan and Sean.
Are you friends with the ginger?
Well, once again, I'm not too sure Jordan would actually hang out with the bigger kids too much. I mean,
Okay.
Kind of say hi here and there. He knows them, for sure. So he knows their names, their personalities, but hasn't really hung out with Sean too much. So I guess it would be kind of neutral. Get to know him.
All right. So go ahead and roll on the character you don't know list.
All right, so D20, right?
Yes.
1.
Ooh, okay. What good thing have you heard about this character that you can't believe is true?
One good thing about Sean that I can't believe is true.
I mean, by good, it could be like, something that kids think is good. Which could be like, he can flick his boogers with pinpoint accuracy kind of thing.
He's getting better at it. I'm showing him the right way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
One good thing. I don't know. I would think for Jordan, it would be something that Jordan actually doesn't know how to do, which is build a fire.
Whoa.
If that's okay with you, Nick.
Sure.
No, it's just something out of the blue, but it ties into Jordan's fear of fire, actually. And it thinks it's kind of amazing. Whoa, you actually build a fire, like going near it and everything? That is so cool. And you don't even burn yourself.
Whoa, you know, when I was in Boy Scouts, my fires were on point.
Mm-hmm.
I could never. I mean, I would just use matches, of course, but I could set up the sticks, make a little pyramid out of them. So good.
No, kid, if you're really impressed by watching people set fires, I can show you some.
I think I'm good, Rosie, but thanks for asking. Well, thanks for the offer, though.
And speaking of Rosie, what is your relationship with Rosie Walsh?
So the thing is, with these types of games, I always try to have like a positive, a neutral, and a negative relationship. But for Jordan, I don't think he really has a big beef with everyone. Well, with anyone. I mean, he does think Rosie is mean, but he also thinks she's not altogether bad. She might be mean for a reason. Besides, he's seen far worse people than Rosie.
Ah, okay.
So he knows for a fact there's way worse things in life than just a bully.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll a d20. I think this is a character you don't know.
Yep.
There's some here that make sense, I think.
20.
Ooh, this one is interesting. Why don't you want to associate with this character?
Just don't like being around abrasive people. I mean, sure, you've had a bad life, Rosie, but still, you have a choice on how you're going to act about it. And you choose to act like a mean person. And I don't want to be around mean people. Sorry, but that's just how it is.
I don't know who you are. You that kid who wanders off into the woods all the time?
Yeah. That's an apt description of me, sure.
Well, this 9-year-old is like super.
Thanks for the advice.
I mean, there are 9-year-olds who do talk like that, and it's precocious is the word I'm looking for.
Jordan's a strange kid.
No, I love it. Okay, and how about Jordan and Oswald?
I would say positive. Like we mentioned, they're the closest ones in age, and hung around with Oswald before, helped him win that game of his.
Oh yeah, the Jacks.
So yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll on the positive list.
And that's a 2.
Ooh, okay. What do you admire about this character but would never tell them?
Also, it goes around sometimes and kind of takes things that isn't his, right?
I mean, it's all for the good of the good.
I'm sure he's known to pinch the odd gumball, swipe an Abba Zaba, Hershey's.
Well, Jordan sometimes wishes that he was that bold, that kind of audacious. He had that audacity to just do something like that instead of always being by the book. Wasn't exactly his choice to be in the Boy Scouts, even though he enjoys it.
All right, very cool. Okay, so that covers the relationships. I think we'll go ahead and get started with the game itself. So, it's gonna take place on your average weekday. It's November, just like same kind of time it is here, the late November. School is out. I think all you guys probably go to the same school. The kind of elementary, junior high is all in the same complex in the Bend. And as you guys are heading out, you're gathering your book bags, your bikes. Time to head home. Start working on that homework. Probably not. So I'll just ask, are you guys all together?
I finished my homework at lunch. But,
yeah, of course.
That's the way to do it. Are you guys all hanging out together or kind of apart?
I mean, I'm going to Nocturne. Like, so whatever anybody else does, I don't... Or Knockabout. I'm going down to Knockabout Alley, so I don't really care what anybody else does.
Okay. Is that like on a typical route? Probably to where we'd be heading?
I mean, Knockabout Alley is a good way to get a quick shortcut to most of your apartment buildings without having to risk the streets. So it could be worth it.
By the way, her jacket is clearly not heavy enough for winter, and her bike is clearly a bike that she's had since she was probably about 7 or 8.
I know what you mean.
All right. Well, let me say this. As you guys are like heading towards the mouth of the alley, you spot one of your classmates. I would say he's in the same class as Sean, Rosie, and Oswald. It is Buddy Heller, who is, I mean, I would say he's more on the geek side than on Rosie's side. He's got, you know, crazy curly hair, spectacles, and is wearing like a rumpled cardigan. And he's known for... He's always got one of those like forbidden EC comics that he's smuggled in somehow. So maybe a big hit with a certain crowd. Right now, he's looking extremely excited. And he's like, fellas, you ain't gonna believe it. I saw a space alien.
What? Look, just because you can spend a dime and get things that we normally can't get. By the way, let me see that. Let me see that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, is this one of those ones where people got maggots in their eyes and junk?
Oh, yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, like it's like there's a severed head in the cover.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's swell. But this wasn't no comic book. There's a space alien in the alley. He's in the dumpster.
You saw an actual alien?
Yeah, little green Martian. For real.
You
Last
sure it
time
wasn't a
thought
raccoon or something?
Yeah, last time you thought you saw an alien, it was one of them fetal pigs that they were dissecting at the high school.
That stuff,
okay,
right?
but this isn't that. This is an actual, honest-to-God Martian.
You know, the probability of you drinking formaldehyde and dying instantly is probably 100%.
I didn't drink formaldehyde. There was a real alien.
I'm
Okay,
just telling you, though, if I go over there and look and it's not an alien, the last wedgie I gave you is going to look like nothing. I'm going to give you an atomic wedgie, okay? I'm going to give you one of them wedgies that it goes all the way up over your head. I've seen it
Hey,
done.
you can give me a wedgie all the way to the moon for all I care. There's going to be a real alien. Come on, you got to see it.
Okay, just warning, wedgie on your calendar.
Okay. I'll take that bet.
He
So-
seems really sure of himself.
I am sure I saw a space alien. It wasn't a raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
Raccoon's
Or a
got
fetal
fur.
pig.
No, not a pig either. I know what a pig looks like, even a weird fetal one.
Yeah, now.
Well, come on. it
Okay,
doesn't
I learned from my
hurt-
mistakes. Anyway, come on, let's go see this space alien.
Doesn't hurt to humor him.
So he leads you guys into the alley, but he says like, "Oh, we just got to be a bit careful as you're like kind of crossing a T section. This is fireball territory." And in fact, as you cross over to this intersection, you see there are maybe about half a dozen of the 5th Street fireballs lounging around enjoying some underage cigarettes. And like throwing shattering beer bottles against the wall, enjoying the crash of glass. The fireballs are kind of a juvenile delinquent gang who terrorize the neighborhood. And you see their leader, Buck Buchanan, who's been held back like 3 times. I'm pretty sure all of you, except maybe Rosie, maybe even Rosie on some days when she was smaller, have lost milk money to this guy.
You have to have milk money to lose milk money.
All right, yeah, that's true. He probably wouldn't even bother. But I'm sure he's thrown an unkind word your way. Anyway,
Yeah, he's
So-
cool.
Oh man. So anyway, the fireballs pause in their beer bottle smashing activities. Buck Buchanan turns around. He's like a lean guy with a jughead hat. And he kind of stares you down. He's like, whoa, looks like the Geek Brigade's heading somewhere. Where you guys going?
Oh, Rosie, I'm surprised he roped you into this.
I mean, whatever. He doesn't know me yet. But I know Bucky. Know him real good. She looks at him.
Yeah,
with,
well, everyone knows Bucky.
Yeah, she looks at him with like young girl crush eyes.
Okay. So he like swaggers a little closer, and he's like, "Yeah, so where are you going?"
A direction.
Ooh, looks like little Cub Scout here's gonna crack wise at me, huh?
I mean, it's the truth. Where else would we be going?
Also
Bucky,
not hard.
Bucky, this doofus over here says that he saw an alien, and I was gonna go razz him when it ends up being like a dead squirrel or some garbage like that.
Still say it's a raccoon.
An alien.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, seems like you guys are kookier than I thought. Better call up the men with white coats, you know what I mean. Well,
I mean, Bucky, if you want to, I mean, I can give him a pounding right now just to show you I can do it. I mean, I'm pretty tough.
he's like,
Be the first time.
ooh. Everybody wants to crack wise, huh?
Just saying, you people like to throw your weight around.
And
I
also
think he's
throw
like,
glass bottles around.
I ain't cracking wise, Bucky. I'm on your side.
you are, huh? You
Yeah.
see a sick glint appear in his eyes. And he's like, you want to join the Fireballs?
I mean, you know, whatever. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, we got an opening.
Oh, yeah?
Problem is, this opening's not for a human. It's for a dog. And he grabs one of those beer bottles and he pours it out. And he's like, heard your old man chased a bottle all the way out of town. So this shouldn't be too hard for you. Why don't you go lick it up off the ground? And the rest of you, let's empty those pockets. You want to pass the Fireball Road, you pay the toll.
What you say about my old man, though?
I think you heard me.
What did he do with the empty bottle?
I think he just kind of dropped it. I don't think it shattered because it was just like a, kind of plop.
Want me to lick that up off the ground for you, Bucky? Is that what you want me to do? Lick it up? Be a dog?
Do I stutter?
Not yet. She grabs the bottle, smashes it, and just goes out.
Oh man, we're getting. Wow, this has to be some kind of generation Strange Generations record that we're getting a glassing in the first 10 minutes of play. Incredible.
We usually wait until the second episode for that.
Hey, her flaw is hot-tempered and insecure.
No, this makes total sense. All right, go ahead and roll fight. This can be fight.
You don't say. Awesome. She failed miserably. Of course she did.
No.
Because she's 12.
How bad did you do?
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Ooh,
I rolled a 1 on
okay.
a d20.
Oh, there's no salvaging that.
No, but she is tough. So
Okay.
if I lose a combat roll, I get to add +3 to the negative number.
Okay, so that brings it to a 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't understand the negative number thing in this game at all.
I think it's just like the level of your failure.
However much you failed to roll by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say this is difficulty maybe 5 to hit him is not hard. It's not hard to swing a bottle.
Right, so that makes her that would mean that she missed it by 1 then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she comes real close and misses slightly.
Right. Well, I would say maybe it doesn't shatter, so he doesn't get glassed. which I hear. I mean, I've never actually hit anybody with a bottle, but I hear it's like a lot.
That's actually in her backstory that I sent you.
Oh, I hear it's like pretty hard to do to actually break it on somebody.
Yeah.
So it just kind of like it clunks into his jaw and it hurts him. It'll probably raise a bruise, but like it doesn't take him out of commission at all. And he just like goes for his infamous switchblade, which he snaps it to life. And then he's like, "That's it, you're all dead." At which point Buddy is like, "This way, hurry!" and starts running down a side alley.
I pull my left pocket out completely, change jingles, and I run. There's like 2 dimes and a nickel in there. That's about it.
All right, so they will charge after you.
I'm not running.
Oh, you're not running? Ooh, okay. We'll check back on you. What is Sean doing?
Yeah, Sean will start to book it.
Okay. I think it's not too tricky to run away at this point, especially if Rosie's behind. What is Jordan doing?
Are there any pigeons around?
I would say so. It's like, kind of the city. So the great bird of the town. What am I saying? Yes, there's pigeons. The great bird of the town. Like, where'd that come up from?
I wonder if those pigeons have eaten recently, and they can slow them down. It's going to try one of the patented bird calls of the Boy Scouts and try to call those pigeons and see if they poop on the game. The fireballs.
This is very reminiscent of the character Pigeon Prince from the superhero game we did. I love it. Go ahead and roll Charm.
Righto.
Pretty high difficulty, but at least the pigeons will get in their way.
Do have a D10 in Charm and a +1. 4.
Okay. I would say a few pigeons like kind of flutter around your call, but they're not like heeding you, and you're not able to control the pigeons.
Dang it!
They do get in their way and help you make an escape, especially because everyone's focused on Rosie.
So not a total failure.
Yeah. So all 3 of you and Buddy escape. Rosie, they're like surrounding you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Okay, so she gives the following speech, like, "Okay, you might beat me up, you might even kill me, but I guarantee at least one of you jabronis is gonna lose an eye in this fight." And then she takes a cherry bomb out of her backpack and lights it.
Whoa. All right. I think that's gonna be. Let me see what one that would be for. I would go ahead and make that a maybe grit roll to like stare them down.
Sure. She got a 4 on that. I'll spend an adversity token to make it a 5.
Yeah, I think that will. A cherry bomb is not hard to freak people out with.
Yeah.
Are you like just like holding it, or you like throw it down on the cement?
She's like, "So what do you say, guys? Which one of you wants to lose an eye? You?
Yeah.
Frickin' you?
None of them are taking that bait. They're all kind of like, staring at each other, waiting for the other guy to go first. Even
Yes.
Bucky, who is still kind of nursing his jaw, is like sort of confused.
Yeah, that's what I thought, punks. Don't frickin' turn your backs on me. Think you're so tough? You ain't like dog spit. So I'm calling you guys from now on the dog spits. Frickin' punks." She like walks off and then just tosses the cherry bomb over her shoulder at them.
Okay, they start like dashing for cover, and you guys hear the explosion, the crackle of the cherry bomb as you turn the corner, and you see Buddy has run to the edge of this dumpster, and inside, there in the dumpster, the creature is curled up like some forgotten toy. A pizza box encrusted with dried cheese forms a sort of blanket. Rotten tomatoes serve as a pillow. Limbs, a shade too thin, shift as a bulbous head pokes up over the rim of the dumpster. Pale gray skin marked with purple scabs and bruises. Huge eyes shaped like teardrops. A little mouth open to reveal square teeth. A gentle whimper leaves the spaceman's mouth, though spaceman isn't the right word. They're about the size of a 6-year-old and wear a tattered set of coveralls like a garage mechanic. There's even a name on the breast pocket sewn in gold thread. Charlie. All right, so this is the powered character. Oh, whoops, wrong one. I'm going to go ahead and put the powered character's traits into and powers into the chat there.
Well, buddy, I'll give you this. That is definitely not a raccoon.
Definitely ain't something that I read in this book, as I pull out the book that I have that I got from the Reverend, which is his father's book on mythical creatures.
Ooh, okay. So here's the traits.
Mhm.
There's 8 of them, so you each can pick 2. And if we want to have more time, like talk about this after the game is over, that's okay. I'm kind of doing this, just dropping it there in the middle. Because I want to get the powered character into play like as soon as possible, instead of kind of having it only appear at the end of episode 1 like we did last time.
Mhm.
Yeah, so each of you guys are going to pick 2 of these, and these are the traits you will control for Charlie. So they're good at hiding, they're scared of men in suits, they're obsessed with puzzles, they're usually hungry, they communicate only through grunts and gestures, they're gentle, and they're scared of bright lights, and they're dexterous.
I'll take the Gremlins combo of usually hungry and scared of bright lights if nobody else wants them.
Ooh, I like it. I'll go ahead and put the powers down too.
I was going to take number 5, communicates only through grunts and gestures.
That's a good one.
And also good at hiding.
Okay.
So
There's also 4 powers that Charlie has. They're able to control plants telepathically, able to control technology telepathically, heal by touching, and they can move objects with their minds.
I'll take the healing because I feel like my character is going to need it really soon.
Could
I am
be.
in touch with nature, so I'll take control plants if nobody else wants it.
Ooh, I like that. And of course, just like with our ghost boy from last time, they're going to have 7 energy tokens to use these powers.
so I'll probably take about 2 and 3, scared of men in suits and obsessed with puzzles.
So that leaves...
Dexterous and gentle. You want to switch up anything?
No, I think that works. I think I can do that.
Okay.
How about... Well, since gentle and dexterous are like 2 sort of skills, perhaps. I'll take the puzzles and dexterous. I had gentle last time, so I'm avoiding that.
Oh, okay. So, I will do this scared of men in suits, right? Or is
Yeah.
because you want okay.
If you're cool, if not, I'll switch up other things. I just didn't want to take the gentle again. That's all.
Sure.
And then you go ahead and pick the whichever
Sure.
number you want. I'll take the last one.
We still got obsessed with puzzles.
Yeah, I grabbed that
Yeah,
one.
Dallas has that one
And dexterous.
and the dexterous. Yeah, I have the gentle and scared of the men in suits. So, I think I'll do the move objects with the mind.
Ooh, very cool.
So I got tech.
Ooh, Tech with mind. Okay. I think does that divvy him up equally there?
I think we each got a power and 2 traits.
All right. Yeah, she each have 2 traits and 1 power.
Yep.
Okay,
Did,
cool.
do you think Rosie
Oh yeah, go ahead.
do you think Rosie catches up with the group, or do you think that she lost track of them?
I would say she arrived just in time to see this alien sort of crawling their way out of the dumpster.
I don't think we went too far at all.
Ain't that like the ugliest thing you ever seen? You guys want to smash it with a brick?
Whoa, hold up! But did you touch it, buddy?
He's like, I just sort of gave it a look. Looks kind of like skinny, hungry.
It also looks hurt.
Yeah, we gotta get it somewhere safe.
I know some basic first aid, but I'm not too sure it's a good idea to touch it.
Yeah, I mean, Martians
Awesome.
might have different kind of. I don't know if you can put a Band-Aid on a Martian.
You never know. It seems to be a living creature, so it could be similar. We can maybe you could just sort of cover up any wounds that it might have.
I bet it's
Something.
worth a fortune. I bet we could sell it to the government.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're really interested in this one.
I think at hearing that, I think Charlie just notices and just starts shaking their head
Hmm.
at the hearing of like selling to the government.
Yeah.
That's
But
probably.
he's like-
I think it's got a nervous tick or something.
But he's like,
think
no, I mean,
it's-
I think it maybe like came from the government. I mean, Charlie's not really a Martian name.
Definitely not.
Wait, how do
Somebody
you know
must
its
have
name's
written that
Charlie?
on his outfit there.
It's on his outfit.
Oh, dang.
So it's definitely not his name, but don't think we're going to be able to call him anything else.
I guess that's the name the government gave him, or whoever was kidnapping him.
Charlie's
certainly
stomach
didn't seem like
rumbles
anyone nice.
loudly.
Oh, sorry.
Is
Go ahead, Rosie.
I said Charlie's stomach rumbles loudly.
Ooh. Well, one thing's for sure. We got to get him somewhere safe, and we got to get some food into him.
Is the name tag have anything else on it, or the suit besides just his name? Like possibly where
give me
the
a brains.
suit came from. Okay,
Yeah, give me a brains roll.
sure. My D8. That's a 2.
Looks like very common fabric. You can't find any tags or labels beyond the name.
But you
So-
do find an adversity token.
Yes, give
I
yourself
do,
an adversity token.
Woo!
I know a place we could take him nearby. They ain't gonna be open yet.
That's
But
probably.
he's like, you think it's a place someone would go looking for him?
I mean, not unless this little alien guy's a known jazz fan. I don't think anybody's gonna look for him.
Who?
Hmm.
What do you got in mind?
Well, I mean, I don't want to brag or nothing, but I know Doc over at the Crossroads Lounge. They ain't going to be open for business yet, so we could take him over there for right now. And Doc's about the smartest guy that I know. So, I mean, if anybody knows what to do with an alien, it's going to be Doc. That's
Or-
what I figure.
Maybe the Reverend. He's got
Sure.
a lot of knowledge on these kinds of things. I mean, from what he told me, his uncle dealt with things similar to him. So maybe he knows something, or maybe he read something. I don't know. At the very least, I think a church might be a safe place. Not very many people go there during the week. I should know.
But he's like, yeah, but they don't exactly have food in churches. Besides, like that, I don't know. What is it, you guys? You eat like little crackers and then you drink grape juice or something?
And that's-
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be food at the Crossroads Lounge, you know what I mean? Or booze if this guy really likes to drink. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It could be an adult that could like to party.
Oh, if there's alcohol there, that could help with his scratches, all those wounds he's got on him.
Yeah. I mean, I bet Doc's going to want to see this because Doc's always talking about fighting in the war, and I bet he ain't never seen nothing like this before.
Maybe, yeah.
No, wait. I bet he's talked about Foo Fighters before, that they used to see off the wings of the airplanes.
All right, so it sounds like you guys are taking him to Doc's. I mean, AKA the Crossroads Lounge, which is sort of like a famous jazz spot inside the Bend. All right, so we'll cut ahead there. Are you guys just like hauling Charlie along? Are you finding some way to disguise him?
Let's at least put something over him.
Is he small enough to fit in a backpack?
I would say so. He's pretty scrawny, or they're pretty scrawny.
Poindexter, you never bring your homework home. I bet your backpack's completely empty right now.
I have my important things in my bag. It's pretty much empty.
So throw them in Poindexter's backpack. Problem solved.
Okay. Oh, and we should say it is Doc Caldwell who owns the Crossroads Lounge.
What did I say?
I think you said Doc Cochran, which is a character from the TV show Deadwood.
Oh,
I might have written it as Cochran. So maybe the second
I don't
time.
know. I thought I said Caldwell. I don't even watch
maybe I
Deadwood,
just heard it.
so-
You're probably right. Yeah, I guess I'm just, I'm such a big fan of Deadwood.
Gotcha.
Whenever I hear Doc, I immediately put Cochran in there. Brad Dourif's just great, amazing performance as Doc Cochran.
Gotcha.
Such
Thought I
a
said
great
Caldwell.
character. Oh, so good. Anyway, all right. Well, thanks to you stuff the alien in your backpack, bring him to the Crossroads Lounge. It is indeed not open. There's an old, kind of faded neon sign out front. Pretty nondescript location, but it's like world famous for the music and the musicians that stop by.
I come by here most days, so.
So are you guys bringing him around the back, or?
Yeah, she'll go around the back and give the secret knock. That means it's her.
All right. So Doc Caldwell will open the door, and he'll be like, "Rosie,
What's up,
I've been
Doc?
expecting you for a little bit." Oh, oh, Rosie, you always know how to make me laugh.
I know.
He's
I know,
a
Doc.
heavy-set, middle-aged man, large walrus mustache starting to go white. He's like, Rosie, usually it's just you. Looks like you brought a whole pack of your friends with you.
Yeah, they got a thing with them that I think maybe you'd know something about. Honestly, I'm mostly here to tickle the ivories because I'm in one of my states right now, Doc. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, I have the baby Grand up there if you want to.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. But they'll talk to you about the weird stuff. I'm having one of my episodes. You know, the ones I get. So.
Okay. Well,
I need to calm down.
You can go ahead and play, but let's see. I know you're the maze boy, the one who's always getting lost in the woods.
Why does everyone say I get lost? I know exactly where I'm going.
Not sure if I know your friends. Are you the Hackett's kid?
Yeah, this is the Hackett kid, my best friend. I told you about him.
Best friend?
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're best friends. I thought that.
You have a weird way of showing it.
And this here's Poindexter. I talked to you about Poindexter before.
I'm sure he's got a name he'd prefer to that. What's your name, son?
Good morning, Doctor. Is it Dr. Caldwell? Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, not an official doctor. You can just call me Doc or Mr. Caldwell.
Ah, Doc Caldwell. Oswald Wheeler. Pleased to meet you, sir.
Pleased to meet you too. Well, come on in.
So you're not an official doctor?
Figured an official doctor wouldn't work in a jazz club.
Rosie, you have your friends. They got some interesting ways of thinking, don't they?
I mean, one of them's my friend, and one of them's my mortal enemy, and one of them's that kid.
Well,
But
they're all
I mean,
off
my
the
mortal
field.
enemy is a really good mortal enemy. I mean, you don't want to just pick a garbage mortal enemy, you know. Like, I mean, in this scenario, you know, I'm Batman and he's Joker.
Oswald stands an inch taller somehow that day.
Ooh.
He liked that. He'll take that.
I feel like Oswald would be more of a Riddler than a Joker.
I don't know. I mean, you know, he's got, you know, thieving tendencies. And, you know, he knows all that science junk like the Joker do.
Joker knows science. I guess he kind of.
Look, all these characters going over my head. If it's not like Doc Savage, who was my favorite, you know, given the name, or the Shadow, I don't know what it is. So coming to the kitchen.
I'm going to go work on that monk piece.
Oh, okay, go for it.
She goes off into the other room and starts playing piano. But she's
All right.
skilled at it. It's actually quite good.
Yeah, so
Let's say,
this
how loud?
beautiful- Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dallas.
How clearly could we hear it?
Yeah, I would say it's pretty clear. The acoustics in this place, perfection. So as it's filtering into the kitchen area, you guys bring Oswald's backpack in. Are you revealing that Charlie is in there?
So Buddy's not with us, right?
I think he's probably with you. Or
Okay.
actually,
I would
or
think
yeah,
he
I'd
would.
say so. I mean, he's still worried about going home, of course, but
And plus,
he's willing
there's
to
an
risk.
alien. What kid would not want to see the alien?
yeah,
then
he's definitely willing to risk his parents' wrath to hang out more with this alien.
Gotcha.
Then she
Okay.
introduced Buddy as some other kid.
Yeah, he knows. He's sort of aware of like Buddy's father being a ne'er do well in the neighborhood.
So yeah, I'll definitely say, well, Buddy found this, and then I'll sort of open that up to reveal.
So Doc just like stares at it for a while, and he's like, "You sure that's not a pig fetus?"
No, we checked. It's not a pig fetus or an alive pig or a raccoon.
I don't
thought it
think
was a
so.
raccoon.
Does it respond when I'm Charlie? We've read the name, right? Does it respond?
Yeah, I would say Charlie,
There's a-
who communicates only through grunts and gestures. When you mention Charlie, who got communicates through grunts and gestures?
I did.
All right, yeah. What do you think he does to respond to their name?
Because he's still gonna beat it up. It's like, and he waves to everybody. I'm gonna.
Well, whatever they are, they seem pretty hungry. Let me go ahead and cook something up. I mean, I would say probably in this lounge, it's mostly like appetizers you would get with your drinks. But they got some pretty substantial ones. I'm trying to think of what like a 50s bar would have as are chicken wings too modern?
I mean, chicken wings are still around.
Yeah, but like did they have chicken wings back then? When was the chicken wing invented?
I would say they had chicken wings in the 50s, yeah.
All right, he probably fixes up. I'm thinking that's like suitable bar food.
When is it
Nachos.
some sandos, probably some easy sandos behind there to chop up or something.
Yeah,
I would
that's
say
true.
chicken wings are probably more likely than nachos in the 50s outside of
Yes,
California.
I think nachos was a little while before. I think they were made around that time, but I think they weren't popularized.
But I will
so yeah,
say,
you
at
get
the
some-
smell of cooking food, Charlie crawls out of the backpack and goes straight to the food.
Just
Yeah,
straight up
he has
chicken
fixed
wings,
them.
not buffalo wings, right?
Yeah, buffalo wings I don't think would have existed yet.
Not
Those were
until
invented in
1964.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
But there were chicken wings. Like, you could
Mhm.
eat chicken wings.
All right, that is awesome. I love this knowledge and the research you guys are bringing to this.
I just did Google.
Perfect. Yeah, so he has also fixed a plate for Rosie.
Okay.
She's right now she's working on playing Monk's Stream.
So Charlie has they just like devour that food. maybe some telepathy comes into play.
Yeah.
Chicken wing is just floating up and like spinning around in front of his teeth as they like corn on the cob. Yeah, gnawing off the chicken there. And Doc is like, kids, you found this is like an atomic bomb.
He's an atomic bomb? There's no way he's an atomic bomb.
I'm
Just
speaking
looks like a little
metaphorically.
green person.
Oh, sorry, Marvin, go ahead.
He just looks like a little green person. I don't think he's explosive.
Yeah, I'm speaking with a metaphor.
His blood may be acidic, though. You
Looks
know.
like someone was... I'm not a doctor, despite the name. But it looks like someone was drawing blood out of him. Could be whoever gave him those bruises in that jumpsuit.
Could I look through the book that I was given and see if there's any sort of creature in that remotely seems like Charlie?
Okay. Go ahead and give me a brains roll for this research.
Or I'm not the
Pardon?
smartest kid, but it's a 4.
Maybe you don't find anything related to him in particular, but you do see there are reports of creatures from other worlds. And it could be like other dimensions, so that's what Abraxas is from. And Abraxas is mentioned a lot in the book because it was written by Professor
Connor.
Professor Kelly.
Professor Connor Kelly,
Or-
yes.
Yeah, who was your not your grandfather. Sorry, I'm getting
Yes.
sorry, it's been a long day.
The father of the Reverend.
Yes, the Reverend's father.
Yes. Sorry if I confused you with this.
Oh no! I'm sure. Like it took me a little while to get used to all the characters last time. So this time, forgive me if I'm calling you by like your old character's name or that kind of thing. But I'll get it. I'll get it straight in my head. So yeah, you know, like there are beings from other dimensions, but space aliens, maybe not. At least in this book.
Okay. Well, from what I've... Yeah, I don't know. Could be something from another dimension. That's a thing, apparently, So... But I don't know if that's... Definitely not from here.
Out in the other room, Rosie switches over to playing a piano version of Rhapsody in Blue.
Sounds very nice.
Yes.
Doc says, "Yeah, Rosie. She plays it tough, but there's a lot more to her than that."
Although I will know when it gets to the aggressive portions of Rhapsody in Blue, she really does hit those keys super hard.
Sorry.
Nope, she still sounds angry.
Well, I guess she's got a reason to be. What you did, rescuing the alien, the spaceman, that was a good thing.
He seemed to react when we mentioned the government, which is weird.
And he basically just holds up his hand.
And then Charlie starts to do something else that's kind of weird. They start using their telepathy to draw out some old like boxes, some like Coke bottles, some beer and whiskey bottles that are set up in the kitchen, and they start flying down from the shelves, some food boxes, silverware, and start arranging themselves onto the kitchen counter. And after a little while, they've created a miniature city of kitchen objects right there on the table.
Do we recognize the city?
It is New Hookton, is your city.
About to say, yeah.
Huh.
Charlie, have you seen this the city from like other places before? You have it very detailed.
I would say Charlie. They point to their head, and then they point to one particular building in the city, one of the taller ones.
And is that building known to all of us by a certain name or like a corporation that owns it? Or
Doc Caldwell says that's the Hotel Goodwin, probably the fanciest place in the city. If I sold my joint, took out a loan, maybe I could stay in one of their rooms for like a week.
I don't think we can afford that for you, Charlie. What? I
don't think he wants room service. Could be there's something in there he needs to see, or they need to see.
Do you know letters, Charlie? If you know how to make city arrangements, do you know language? I know he only grunts, but
yeah, just sort of kind of a little grunt. And they sort of move back.
So I think that's a no.
I mean, he can at least understand us.
You can understand us, right, Charlie?
Yeah, they nod.
Do you want us to go there? The tower?
Yeah, they nod again.
That's going to be difficult.
The location of town that the Hotel Goodwin is in, is that like opposite of where we are? Is that
well, it's probably only
Ritzy district?
Oh, definitely. This is in downtown Hookton.
Gotcha, okay.
And of course it's only a subway ride away, but yeah, this is like the fanciest neighborhood in town. But he's like, look, if the Martian wants to go there, we got to go there.
I guess it makes sense, but we're just a bunch of kids.
Are we supposed to get into that joint?
Can't believe I'm talking to an alien. This is so cool. He wants us to go to a hotel.
Doc's like, I could drive you, maybe, talk to the guy, distract the, what do you call it, the concierge, while you take the alien to the elevator.
I guess so. We're not staying there. We're just checking out a room.
Sure, just visiting. Look, I'm out of my depth on this. I know jazz, blues, and mixing and preparing drinks, and bar snacks.
Well,
I think we got to try it.
Who else is going to?
This alien. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Marvin.
Who else is going to? We're the only ones who knows about Charlie.
Okay.
My thoughts exactly.
So I'm going to take a deep breath, pick up a plate, and walk carefully into the other room and set it down very carefully next to Rosie.
Brave soul.
Without disturbing her. And see if she notices at all.
When you get into the other room, you realize that she's not even looking at the sheet music, that she's actually playing this piece from memory and crying while she does it.
Rosie, do you think you notice Oswald? I mean, he's not being stealthy. Do you think you notice him?
I don't think she notices, because when she plays songs that she loves from memory, she shuts her eyes. So she can just kind of be part of the music and not think about how much she just messed up and threatened a group of teenage hooligans because she was mad about them making fun of her dad. And not think about, how do I get a gun? And, all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's
the consequences.
Going through her head right now. Yeah, she tends to, she's hot-tempered and she does things before she thinks about what what she did, and then she's also insecure. So after she has a blow up like that, she gets really scared about what's going to happen because of it. So when she plays music, she doesn't feel that anymore. She just feels the music, and this is one of her favorite pieces. So,
all right. So I will say, after you finish up that song, you look over and you see Oswald is there with a plate with some snacks, a meal made up.
she looks
Some
at
cheese, crackers, some chicken wings.
she looks at the food and's like, "Did you like spit on this or something?"
No, I was gonna say that was a cool tempo, but here, and I put it down like, Charlie's awake. He's gonna take us to a hotel. We gotta go. Bye. And I run into the other room.
All right.
And it's not poisoned.
She'll like cautiously take up, like she looks at the food and she's not 100% you didn't spit on it, but then her stomach growls real loud and she decides that she should probably eat something since she hasn't eaten anything today.
It's the usual hearty meal that Doc makes for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
All right.
kind of why she comes around every day, is this is the only time she gets fed.
Yeah. So, after eating, maybe everybody gets a quick snack. Charlie has also filled up their belly. You guys, Doc, like he said, you hop into his old rundown Chevy. Not a guy that drives too much. Not much need in a big city like this. But he takes you uptown and brings you right over to the Hotel Goodwin. Towering marble white building. Inside, humongous lobby, fancy tile mosaic, big fancy furniture, all sorts of swells coming and going. Definitely, like, probably the fanciest place a lot of you have been in your entire life. Doc's like,
Why are we here?
The alien wanted to come here for some reason.
oh, in fact, I should ask, are you just walking in with Charlie, or are they going back in the back?
They're in the backpack, I would assume.
Okay. So you notice Charlie really wants to go to the elevator.
All right, let's go to the elevator then.
Okay, Doc says, I'll talk to the concierge.
Is there
Don't
anything
stay too long.
Is there anything like a piano in the lounge, Michael?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay, guys, I think I can do a distraction for you if you want to. Like, just wait for me to start up and then make your way to the elevator. People love this baby Mozart crap.
See, that's a cool thing you're doing, Rosie.
You know, if you acted like this more often, people might like you.
Who like me? Who doesn't like me? Tell me their names.
There's
Also-
too many to actually count.
Yeah. You're
Alright.
a little abrasive.
Rosie, I'm not sure I should have you roll to do piano.
I mean, she's skilled at piano, which gives her an auto 9.
Yeah, I think that's enough. I don't think you have to roll for something you're skilled at like that.
Yeah.
And a 9 is enough for this for sure. So yeah, you go over to the piano they have in the lounge and start playing. Definitely gets everyone's attention focused on that.
And she also knows she's not going to be any good at sneaking around an alien. And, like, if they get in trouble, she's going to react to it the worst way possible. So,
Okay,
this is something that she can do.
totally. All right, so because all eyes are on Rosie in the lobby, I would say Sean, Oswald, and I was going to call you
Jordan.
Jaden. That's wrong. Jordan and Buddy and Charlie make it into the elevator.
She does put out a tip jar, by the way.
Yeah, I would say you make some pretty good tip money. So Charlie pokes their head out. The button to the penthouse
Okay.
presses itself, and the elevator hums up. From there, it stops at that top floor. Charlie hops out and leads you to a door, and they give it a quick knock. The door opens. You see a haggard man in like a gray suit, tie dangling, top button of his collar undone, his vest is undone. He's got like clean shaven, but the stubble is starting to peek in. His eyes are just like red. Looks like he's been crying. He's disheveled. He just takes one look at Charlie and like motions the rest of you and is like, get in, quick.
But you've seen better days.
Don't I know it? He locks the door and spins around. He's like, how much do you know?
How much have you slept?
Since a few nights ago, it's been less and less. The name's Jorgensen, Joe Jorgensen.
Joe Jorgensen.
Well, Joe, we kind of just found him. He doesn't seem to talk, so he just wanted to come here.
You had to do it, huh? And he like looks down at Charlie. Like one of them ghosts fathered that Scrooge guy. These are the chains you forged in life. Yeah. All I did to serve my country.
What?
That's all any of us did. It's like a full suite that he's got. And he just like slumps down in one of the chairs and lights up a cigarette.
You're not making sense, dude. Or man, I guess dude was dude invented?
I don't think dude was acceptable back then.
Can I take a look around this?
Man was just barely beginning to appear.
Yeah. Sir, you're not making any sense.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't understand. Doesn't make sense to me much either.
And I'm 12, it kind of makes sense.
While this conversation is happening, Charlie sneaks over to like the kitchenette area and just starts eating whatever Charlie can get its hands on. If
yeah,
it's in wrappers,
they got a full icebox, or a Frigidaire, well stacked. I think iceboxes were a little older than this. Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of grub in the Frigidaire that Charlie starts chowing down on.
Yeah, if it opens up, I don't know if like the little instant light bulb kind of thing was a thing back then, but like if there's the light bulb in it, like Charlie also unscrews the light bulb using its telepathy so that the light bulb turns off and then just starts shoveling food into its mouth.
Jorgensen says, go on and eat, little buddy. Let's all eat, huh? You know what? Let's light up too. Smoke if you got him.
Smoke?
I'm 9. And plus, smoking can cause forest fires if you're not too careful.
Oh, isn't it just everything? I get to make my last will and testament to a bunch of kids. My final confession.
What are you talking about?
Any money in that will?
I joined the OSS in 1945 to serve my country. He's kind of like mumbling to himself. I did it for America because we got to preserve everything that makes this nation great. We have to defend it against all threats, foreign and domestic, by any means necessary. If it meant winning on every battlefield, including those in the stars, including those in our minds.
Wait, you've had battles in the stars? I thought space exploration wasn't happening yet.
More like the stars that fell to Earth. That's where he came from.
In a meteorite?
So not another dimension. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we don't know where it came from. We just know where it landed. Roswell, 47. Pulled that guy out of the crash. He's been shepherding around various bases. I'll mention the names. You wouldn't know them. Christ, it feels good to just say this. Majestic 12 had him for a while, and then he went to my outfit, MK Ultra. I don't know if you knew it, but that little guy's brain's solid gold. The doctor figured we could pluck it, mix it with the drugs and the other experiments he's been doing. Stuff on prisoners, POWs we never bothered to give back, using old Nazi research, even some old Nazis he managed to bring over. Doctor's a Jew. It didn't bother him one bit. Shouldn't bother me, huh? Experimented on Americans, too. Poor sharecroppers in the South. Didn't know what they signed up for.
That'll definitely get you to hell.
Yeah.
I think this is the stuff Grandma doesn't want me talking about.
Charlie said he wanted, or basically told us that he wanted us to come here. Why? What do we do?
Find me.
He's here.
I'm here because that little guy knows about my guilty conscience. He knows that after a while, the doctor, it got to be that he would just experiment on anybody. Didn't matter if you signed up for it or not. He would just go over and dose random people in restaurants, bars. He even dosed me. Just worked his magic on me for kicks. I don't know. It's gotten to a point that he's out of control.
Okay, this is sounding like stuff that's way out of our league. I mean, I'm freaking 12. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah,
with
well,
this?
you're here. Look, if you can find someone who knows about this thing, knows about this stuff, not someone in the government. Do not go to the government. Do not call the police.
Well, Charlie's
Keep
definitely
that one
afraid of
safe. Rosie, well, we're going to check back on you in just a second because there are going to be some visitors in the lobby. And then what you really got to worry about are the ones who come looking for that little guy. The ones in the dark suits and the sunglasses.
Suits and sunglasses.
Dark suits and sunglasses.
Well, this is not.
Please, you're all he's got.
I mean, I thought the worst thing that I would have to deal with might be an Abraxanite, but no, this is some weird stuff.
Abraxanites? How'd you know about that?
He's
This
been
book
telling
here?
me about that.
Another thing Grandma doesn't want me talking about.
Sean
Maybe
knows a
just-
lot. You should talk to
maybe
Sean.
I mean,
Charlie-
I just read this book here that the Reverend gave me.
Maybe Charlie picked you for a reason. Just then, you guys hear some footsteps coming down the hallway. Jorgensen says, "Here, go into the bedroom there. Go in. Close the door. Close the door. Take him with you. Take them with you."
Would Charlie prefer to hop in the bag or no?
I think Charlie's got a bit of like the itis right now from eating too much, so you're probably just gonna need to jam Charlie in the bag.
He's on the floor with the belly just out.
Yeah, with the belly
yeah.
distended.
Food coma.
Let's grab him. Just
Yeah.
in there. Oswald, get your
Like
back
weighs
open.
twice as much right now.
All right.
Just shambling.
So you get Charlie into the side room there, and then you start hearing this. You're able to sort of watch from the side of the. You can kind of peer out through the slats in the bedroom door there. A distorted clicking comes down the hall. A step, and then another, slower. Joe Jorgensen throws open the door. "Dr. Baumgartner!" He lets out a nervous laugh as he opens the door and lets in the stoop-shouldered, club-footed little man in a navy blue double-breasted suit, accompanied by two massive dark-suited goons. I was hoping we could talk." Dr. Baumgartner gives him a friendly smile as he limps to a chair. Of course. He sits across from Jorgensen. "Please, what's on your mind?" Nervous laughter. "Well, it's what we've been doing. The program. I have concerns." "You do, Joe." Dr. Baumgartner draws a gold cigarette case and lighter from his coat. Understandable. He pauses as he lights up a coffin nail. "Bad for your health, you know. Very bad. And yet, we can't stop, can we? No more than we can stop the tides." He puffs smoke. "You have concerns? Well, Joe, that's quite all right. I understand. Now, why don't you go jump out the window?" Jorgensen's face goes frozen. His eyes bulge as he walks the sill in the corner. Tears are streaming down his cheeks. Dr. Baumgartner takes another drag as Jorgensen opens the window and scrambles his way out. He doesn't scream as he falls. All right, so
Oh, that's mental scarring.
Yeah, it's pretty horrifying. I think I might have each three of you. That's a good point. Let's have all three of you roll grit and see how you're doing there. You just watch a man self-defenestrate.
Yes,
Yeah.
my
I was just like,
specialty.
holy
Y'all
crap.
think you have problems. Rosie just played a B sharp when she meant to play a C. It's the same
Rosie, you're gonna have
note.
some problems in a second too.
Boy, that's a 4.
I got a 10.
Nice.
11.
Okay, we'll make kind of like a group grit check. See if anybody if you give away your hiding spot. How did Sean do?
11.
Maybe Oswald starts to scream and then
We cover his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, my head's not enough. I'm like,
okay, so Baumgartner Dr. Baumgartner looks up and you see him staring around for a little bit, and his two goons both sort of scan the area and they're like, "Sir," and then Baumgartner's like, No, he was here alone. Gentlemen, we'll head out. There's going to be, there'll be a police presence soon enough, and I'm sure the agency would rather I was not present. And you can hear the kind of club foot limping on his way out. All right, so meanwhile, Rosie, are you still jamming out on the piano? How long do you think you keep?
She'll keep doing it until people make her stop.
Yeah, I think the concierge or one of the clerks will come by and be like, "Miss, are you a guest here?
Huh?
You're definitely not dressed for this
No.
place."
I mean, she's clearly a poor kid from the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, so he's like, "Miss, you're not a guest here, are you?"
Well, I mean, you got a piano, and music's free, ain't it?
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Didn't you like the music? Gosh, I thought it was playing pretty good.
Miss, if you'll just go right out that door there, and there won't be any trouble.
What are you gonna do? Rough up a 12-year-old? That's kind of a weird thing to do.
Miss,
mister.
I will summon the police.
But I mean, it sounded good, right? The music sounded good. It was enjoyable, right?
Miss, I'm about 2 seconds of going to that phone and dialing up the police, and they'll be here in a minute.
She
You need to leave right now.
She slams the lid of the piano, and she's she doesn't know a good word for if she was a smarter person, she'd be like, "You Philistine" or something, but she's not that smart. She's like, "You're a bum. You have a fancy place here, but you're a bum." And then she stomps out the door.
Okay.
She also takes her tip money, but she storms out the door.
All right, you made it pretty good. I mean, you made maybe $20 in tips or so.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty decent haul. So yeah, as you were kind of outside,
She goes outside, lights up a cigarette, and is like, "Nobody ever appreciates art in this town."
by now
Yeah,
it's
she's
gotten-
a 12-year-old who's smoking.
No, it was I mean, hey, here in Strange Generations, the behavior we portray is not meant to be what's the word? Is not meant to be imitated. We do not mean to glorify underage smoking. So as you were lighting up, it's gotten pretty late. It's November, so it gets dark a little earlier. And right now, hotel traffic has died down, just a weekday, not too many people coming and going. You're kind of off to the side. There's a street light overlooking the alley. And in this, something strange happens. In the flickering haze of the street light, you see an image out of a nightmare. A slim figure in a dark suit and black tie. He just appears. 1 minute as the street light is flickering in a strobe kind of manner. One moment he's not there, the next second he is. Sunglasses on skin that belongs on a mannequin. Pale and plastic. Dark, shimmering green lines drip from behind the sunglasses. Hello there. Static comes out of his mouth when he speaks. Do you enjoy the latest hits? Then he starts for you.
What? Was he coming at me?
Yeah, he just starts like walking towards you. Very like kind of a sleepwalker style.
Yeah, she's not into this. I went ahead and just did a grit check. I don't think I can get an adversity token just for doing something on my own, but
Oh yeah, no problem. How'd you do with the roll? Was it a not?
I rolled a 3.
Okay. Yeah, you're very this is definitely like the sheer it looks like something that isn't human coaxed into a human form and not doing too great of a job of it. So yeah, the uncanny valley of it is definitely freaking you out.
Yeah. So she tenses up pretty hard, and then gets a cherry bomb out of her backpack and whips it at it, because this is in the fight or flight response. When she gets scared, her response is fight. So
Okay. Go ahead and roll fight.
okay.
Explosives.
I'm just rolling hot garbage tonight because that is a 3.
Okay, you're still an adversity token.
Yeah. She's trembling so bad she can't even get it lit up. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Unless you want to
Ooh.
dictate there's a different reason.
No, I like that. She can't even like light the fuse of it.
Right. Like she can't even, she's just like trying real hard to like the cigarette falls out of her mouth and she's trying real hard to light this thing up as it's like the cherry bomb up as the thing's getting closer to her.
Okay. I'm gonna say he like grabs her wrist. You feel this icy wet pressure on your wrist. There's something like sort of dripping off of this guy's fingers, just kind of running down your skin, and you're not able to light the cherry bomb in time. It kind of like falls down, and then the sunglasses man swings you around and kind of pins you against the alley wall, and you can see those sunglasses like leaning closer to you, and it's saying like, "Naughty girl, you met someone I need to find."
Yeah, okay. You know what? Let's talk. Let's be friendly like.
Do you like the latest hits?
I mean, like what are you talking about?
Where is my friend?
Are you talking about the like little weird guy in the jumpsuit?
At this point, I would say Jorgensen's body comes like flying down, smashes into the street a little bit opposite, and there's like quite a bit of chaos, people screaming.
Hey, probably from wherever that guy fell from, mister.
Yeah, he looks away and is distracted by this.
Okay. She's gonna try to escape at this point. I guess that's flight.
Yeah, this would definitely be flight, try and wriggle free.
Yeah, she doesn't. She's trying real hard, but that's a 2.
All right. He like you're still an adversity token.
Yep.
What do you think messes you up?
I think that this guy's very, very strong and has her pinned against a wall.
Yeah, just not able to break free.
Despite the fact that she thinks that she's tough, she's still 12. And that might make her bigger than most of the boys her age, but it doesn't make her bigger than a full-grown, terrifying monster man.
Okay. I think he points up with his finger up at the hotel, and he's just like, in there?
Yeah, mister, probably in there. I don't know. I didn't go up with them.
Your friends in there?
I was told that they're not my friends, so I don't know. Go up and murder them. I don't care. Just let me go.
Do you enjoy the latest hits?
Yes?
When they come down, bring them to me.
Where are you going to be?
He just like smiles. And then he lets go of you. And just like takes a step back. The strobe flickers once more. And as the light changes, he is gone.
I'm playing one of those bad guy kids from the movies. I see what's happened with this one.
Oh, maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But I think that is the perfect spot to bring this episode to a close. Whew, on that cliffhanger.
She's going to end up possessed by monsters.
Well, hey, it's early yet, you know?
I was expecting Jorgensen to drop a lot sooner.
Well, I kind of like. I mean, I don't know how long she stayed to play music. How long you guys were talking to him.
Yeah. Stayed long enough that they literally kicked her out of the joint, so.
Yeah, look, I will say the timing worked out. Look, it's my story, so I would say the timing worked out perfectly for my purposes.
Yep. Well, it definitely seems that my blunt flaw did not work well in terms of keeping Rosie around.
Yeah, I gotta say this bunch of kids seems a lot less capable than the other ones who were like
she was
grabbing axes and hacking up the monsters from last time. But you know that's all right. I like the vulnerability.
She was just told that literally nobody likes her and her flaw is insecure. So it's like, fine, nobody's my friend. I don't care. Murder them. Whatever. Just leave me alone.
Sean is blunt and gloomy. So
what do you want me to do?
No, it's good. All right, well, we'll pick up right after that with our friends leaving the hotel and with this man in black after them when we come back next week for episode 2. Which I'm calling Midnight Climax.
Oh no. So no, it was really good, guys. I really liked seeing like a total shift of these characters. Like your new characters are like, I don't know, well, I can't help you.
I don't know. I'm just a dumb kid.
I was like,
I know a bird call. That's all I. That's all I do.
I'm a kid. What's wrong with you? No, so I really enjoyed that a lot.
God, this character is so the opposite of Desi.
So this is really solid. No, thanks for that. We will be back next week. We're going through this through the holidays. We're gonna have some good times. Just play some games and enjoy ourselves. And if you enjoy it, even better. So there was a little question. I was like, Slender Man? That came through the chat. I was like, ooh. So thanks for that, Gray Mouse. I would say, I mean, this little Slender Man. Yeah. They're like, sort of like the original reports of like the Men in Black, like kind of before, you know, the Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones, and they became more sort of heroic characters. Like the original reports of the Men in Black, when they're supposed to be like actual aliens themselves, are like so creepy and weird. They're like, you know, very kind of David Lynch, which I was trying to get across. No, it was really good. It felt good. In a bad way? No, it felt bad.
Yeah.
It felt bad in a good way. I think that's what I was trying to say. But thank you so much, guys, for playing this and putting this out into the world. We will be back next week. We love doing this. So, and until next week, you know, make sure and pull up a chair
and make
time to tabletop.
Thanks, guys. This was amazing. We will see you very soon.
Yeah. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And happy holidays.
Don't do anything that Rosie does other than play music.
Just
yeah.
Just enjoy.
And stay safe out there.
Be safe.